Hi, moguls. It's Dr. T here, and I'm coming to you with another amazing upgrade so you can just really become a top level mogul, live in amazing freedom, be a top leader of your reality, create a power couple partnership, build an empire, create your family dynasty, whatever it is that you want, right? The ability in this case to create very, very high level intentional relationships. That is our focus today. So, number one, we have to know what it is that we define as a healthy relationship, one that is a very intentional relationship and one that would absolutely make that version of itself for you. You have to know exactly what it is. This is a very interesting point because a lot of people were just taught, in fact, the mass population is taught that we're just going to get together with people that we're attracted to. And if we feel an attraction, somehow that's, the big relationship strategy. And then everything flows downstream from there. We have to first identify what we consider a healthy, high functioning, very intentional relationship of our own definition. So we need to define that. So that's going to be very important for you. One person's healthy is another person's something else. So you have to know what that is. And most importantly, you must know your own intentions, the reality that you're here to create, the experience that you want to be in. You must know that in all relationships, be it a friendship, a business partnership, a potential romantic partnership, or a life partnership, we have to know what your biggest intentions are that absolutely suit you and what you want to engage in the future, what you want to inhabit, the kind of reality you're willing to experience, and one that is going to allow you to be thriving and nourished to create an even greater, more successful life. We must define that for ourselves. And we are not taught that. We are taught in this society to be a very reactive population where we just happen to experience things and then we rationalize making them fit in. We're in the let's see what happens reality, which I find insanity, rather than the I'm creating reality where you're dictating to reality what your intentions are so it can then give you that feedback loop and provide it for you. So if you have not taken the time to define what that reality is that you consider healthy, happy, productive, and functional, you're going to need to connect with that. Because if you are not able to immerse into it for what it really is, and you can't fully inhabit it, you don't know, you can't speak it, you just are in la la land over it, or like, why am I not having this? But you have not really fully defined it and spent time with it, invested into it, immersed into it, and inhabited it. It's hard for it to make itself for you. So you've got to know what it is. We have to have you define your intentional, healthy relationship. Number two, each relationship has a purpose, and otherwise it probably shouldn't be one. Now, I don't care if this is a friendship, a family relationship. We think we know what those are supposed to be, or I don't care what it is, a life partnership, a business partnership, a professional partnership. Every relationship must have a set of intentions, a purpose, and a mission. If we're just hanging out with each other, we'll end up in random places. And that is another of the most bizarre things I can even think of that go on planet Earth. I've never understood it here. What are we doing? We're just hanging out. We say, oh, this friendship is the point. What if the friendship is meant to be a vehicle for a creation ship? Right? Let's get a creation. I just love it. I just made up a new word. A creation ship. Right? Which is what all relationships should be, a creation ship. because you can be relating to each other but not creating anything of value. So, say you are a mother and a son, a father and a daughter, your cousins, your aunt and uncle, and niece and nephew. Again, you're a friend, you're a colleague, you are life partners, a man, a woman, a man and a man, a woman and a woman, whatever it is. Everything must have its purpose and intentions. Everything is creating. So you are in a creationship and you want to know, what is it creating? What is the absolute purpose for it? So we know that more in business. We tend to say, well, this is what this is creating. We're going to do this project and this is the outcome. But we don't do that, especially in romantic domestic partnerships. We say, oh, we're going to have a be husband and wife. We're going to get married. We're going to get married. What is that supposed to, what's that going to do? What is it creating? What are you actually building? What are you putting into the world? A relationship? Why do we keep having the relationship be the destination rather than the relationship be the vehicle that takes you to the destination? I've never understood it, but it's why I can end up interacting with people who cannot define for me what the purpose of most of their relationships is. We must know, what is this relationship about? What would make it healthy? What is it a vehicle for? What is it co-creating? We must know that. It could be anything: fun, fabulous, fierce, fit, whatever. Friends. Fun, fabulous, fierce, fit, friends. There you go. It could be a power couple partnership. It could be a dynasty stewardship. It could be an empire building foundership together. But they're all creation ships, and you must define exactly what it's creating. I'll give you an example that, as someone who has been in partnerships that I knew were creation ships and the person didn't have a clue what they were creating, didn't want to define it, I'm just like doing it myself. I could put a lot of intention in, but their lack of defining the relationship as what it was building in the world or bringing to the world or allowing to come into the world created chaos. And as people come into my life for any number of reasons and want to begin accessing some kind of connection with me, I immediately start asking them, so what are you here to create in the world? What's your purpose? What's your mission? What's your values? What are you bringing into the world? What are you going to be leaving it? What are you here creating? You're a reality maker. So what is it that you're bringing in? What are you bringing forward? 9 times out of 10, people do not know. So I may engage in some experience with them, but it'll probably be some haphazard, distracting waste of time, unless they can define exactly what it is that they are actually heading to as some sort of an aspiration or destination, some sort of a reality that they're about. I recently had a conversation with somebody who I asked maybe 13 times in 13 different ways to define for me what their intentions were for what this potential relationship of co-creators, what this would be co-creating. The person could barely answer and went on all kinds of other tangents, and I never got a direct answer. And that told me right away that this person and I would not have a healthy relationship in my definition, because my definition includes clear, intentional, direct, empowered, successful, uh, legacy making, transformational leading. That's a big part of my definition of what my relationships are creating. It's important for you to know that's how you're going to have a healthy one. It's also important for you to know, if the relationships you have are not in purpose, they're not in intention, and to go ahead and assert yourself to get that to be happening. So, an example, I've got a longtime friend since we were 5, And our relationship used to just sort of be, and it took care of itself in a lot of ways. But we hit a patch where it wasn't being defined very well, and the relationship suffered because of that. And it's because even though I spent years and years creating a company where everybody's defining their life through intentionality and where their ultimate aspirations are and their ultimate destiny, I had also been programmed not to think that way in terms of friendships. It's like, that's my friend. And now, in our new chapter of connecting, we are coming together to define more and more what our relationship will bring to the world, what it will create. We know one thing is it always created and brought a lot of fun into the world, a lot of lightness and laughter. And we're looking to figure out what will it create now in a new chapter. So to have healthy relationships, you're going to want to define in each chapter, what are we creating now? What are we intending? What is this relationship about? What's this co-creationship here to bring into the world, and what relationship is this making? What is this relationship making of a contribution? Okay, so that's a very important part of healthy relationships. And it doesn't matter who it is. It could be a friend, could be a relative, could be a parent, could be a sibling. We all know what it's like to be really connected with people. We are aligned in purpose, intentions, values, and mission. And we know what it's like when those things are not there and something's just sort of dangling. And we say, well, I'm related to you, so we have history. So we'll just dangle in the wind. And we know what it's like trying to define that and re-engage it in some new way. And if people are willing to or not. Some people like the relationship to stay static. Nothing ever does, but the relationships that we have need to grow into what are these co-creationships creating next. I know it may sound profoundly controversial, but this is part of my human design, and how I was created was to bring in revolutionary perspectives, conceptualizations, and transformation to people. And I'm here to let you know that no matter what the form of the relationship is, including the very people that you came into this world through, the very people that you are more related to, because guess what? We're all related. We're all one human family. And being able to define what's a healthy relationship for you, what that looks like, what it does, what it's about, and to be able to know if you're in one, not in one, and how to move toward one is one of the most important things you could ever connect with, because you are the people you spend time with. You will literally become them. Being able to be clear, what are we co-creating here with this relationship, and have people that can define that, articulate that, explore that with you, and come to terms with that and evolve that into what comes next. Just like we do at a company, we say, okay, this week we're doing this. This is absolutely essential. And if you are in relationships with literally anyone, and I mean anyone, this is the controversial part, whatever they might be, brother, sister, mom, dad, anybody who is anybody, if you want a life of intentionality, ascending into your highest destiny, you're going to have to be someone that defines and creates intentional, healthy relationships that are co-creations and collaborations with other people. And if you are unable to experience that with someone and you've attempted that, it's important for you to know that if you are not in a healthy co-creating relationship, you are likely in a self-destructive one that can have a much bigger impact on you than you ever realized. My encouragement for you is to only move in the direction of relationships that are healthy, defined by intentionality, and trust that that is the direction you're meant to be going. That just because we've been in a relationship with literally anyone on the planet from an earlier moment of our life does not mean that we are here to be defined by those relationships and be essentially imprisoned by them. The only way a relationship can grow into a healthy co-creationship is if both people are willing to grow, continue to create the intentions for the reality that the relationship will create, and continue through that growth process to get healthier and healthier through each chapter throughout your journey together. These are just a few of the tips and points and strategies and upgrades to get you into creating the most healthy relationship you can. I really invite you to tune in to all of the content on the channel that can help you get into your highest level, that mogul level, powerful, influential person, creating your most amazing high level reality. It's important to like and share this content with other people who need it, as someone that is part of the circuitry of creating this success rather than someone that just partakes of it and doesn't provide anything into the world when you have access to it and you fortunately come to be connected with it. I really appreciate you sharing some commentary on how you're feeling about the content, which gives me direction to know how to support you more. As even though I know everybody just can take for granted the thousands of people on the internet providing support, the reality is that you get to drive and decide what it is that you are needing to make upgrades. So make comments that let me know how you're feeling about this, if it feels on track, if you got something to counter, if you want more support in an area similar, related, or something new. Thanks for tuning in, participating, being part of building an amazing collective internationally of people that mogul on up, become moguls who are healthy, happy, wealthy, and free, and role models and transformers who lead other people in the world to be that way and elevate humanity along with me. Thanks again. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.